People and Passion at Konica Minolta, the podcast where we meet the people behind our innovation and explore the passion that drives what we do every day. I'm your host and moderator, Silke Ehmann Cotichini.
Today we are joined by Sabine Röstel, who will share her personal journey at Konica Minolta and what fuels her passion in her role every day. Welcome, Sabine. I'm really glad you made it. Can you please present yourself to our audience?
Yes. Hi, Silke. It's a pleasure for me, and I'm really happy to join this podcast. And my name is Sabine Röstel. I work for BD now for 13 years as head of sales for the midsize business in the Region North. Region North just sounds very small and cozy, but I have to say it's nearly 75%, 70% of the German region we have in BD in the direct sales, and yes, that's my job.
Thank you very much. And maybe also just as an explanation for outside listeners, BD is at Konica Minolta. We love abbreviations. We abbreviate almost everything. And BD is short for Konica Minolta Business Solutions Germany, Deutschland. And that's why this is this wonderful abbreviation. And I'd like to ask you our first real questions to dive a bit deeper. What drives you every day in your role at Konica Minolta, and what makes your work truly meaningful to you?
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I have to say it's the people. As I just said, I lead a region with around 80, 90 people, and that's what really gets me up in the morning. And I know the decisions I make, they have real impact. And of course, way beyond my own desk. So I'm not often in front of customers anymore. I used to work as an account manager. So now my job is, of course, building teams and also leaders who do way better than I ever did in sales. So when I see managers and teams grow in their role, in their responsibility, facing challenges, growing with their challenges, and helping them to improve and to develop, that's having a real impact. And I also see the support you give to the people, and of course also strategic development of the business I'm responsible for. That is what truly makes it meaningful for me, seeing the results in the people and how they grow, and yeah.
So that's really interesting. And 80, 90 people, that's quite some people. How do you manage to stay in touch with them? How do you handle that logistically?
Mm-hmm. I travel a lot. So that's how I try to keep in touch with everyone. Of course, it's not possible to visit every team, to be part of team meetings each week or each month. So it's good organization. And of course, staying in touch, using everything we have with Teams, with online meetings, with video calls. But I have to say, nothing can bring you closer to people and connecting to them when you meet in person. So I always try to also remember personal things of the people, and stay in touch with them, chat with them, and people feel when you actually care. So I think it's very impossible to have a bond also with your team. For me, the whole region is my team. I don't make a difference between the manager sales or the customer success managers or sales assistants or whoever is part of the job and part of the game, as I say. So it's very important to have a good balance between getting things done, of course, and try to travel and see people in person.
Yeah. I understand. I think that's what most people here at Konica Minolta do. We do enjoy the opportunities that we have with the remote working, especially when you think of cross country collaboration or so on. But yeah, in the end, nothing really replaces seeing someone in person. I do agree.
Yeah.
That's why it's sad that we have to do this today on Teams, but at least we got to find a date here. So, but since we're talking already about collaboration and people working together, how would you describe the spirit of collaboration at Konica Minolta? And when do you personally feel most connected to the people and the culture here?
Hmm. Well, after 13 years, I have to say Konica Minolta has a very human side. And I think people underestimate that from the outside side, and sometimes perhaps even by long-time employees when you take things for granted. So I think we're a large global company on the one side, but on the other side, in my day-to-day job, it feels much smaller when you work in projects, when you work with the teams. And I feel most connected with my manager sales or my colleagues when we are in a room. It doesn't depend on virtual or personal, but working through hard times together, working through challenges together, staying connected and having a real impact and move others and showing them that their work also has an impact. I think this is not the big formal setting, but the honest conversations between people. This is something where I feel really connected to the culture and to the people, because also when we onboard new people, I see how we help each other to integrate in the onboarding process and have a good culture. I think this is so important, and this makes me proud. And that's when I feel connected. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And it's funny, I also have been at Konica Minolta for 13 years, the exact same time. So, and I do feel the same. It is a very human collaboration. Everyone has their own area of influence, let's say. It's not that you're a no one, you have your sphere of influence. And as you said, impact is also very important. Yeah, I do agree personally. And now that you have been with the company for quite some time already, looking at your journey with Konica Minolta, how have you grown along the way? You probably haven't started with having 80 to 90 people directly reporting to you. So what opportunities have helped shape where you are today?
Yes, indeed, 13 years is a long time. And I have to say, when I started as an account manager, moved forward to the role of a manager sales, and I was responsible for a sales team, to the situation now where I lead an entire region. It always started with I was given more trust before than I was fully ready for it. So it was always the situation when I was given a chance and I was given responsibility, and I wasn't really ready for it. So that's where the company and also my managers stretched me into that role and to grow. And that was always a very special moment, because of course it was always connected to on the one hand fear, yeah, because you see the responsibility and you know that it counts. So on the other hand, you see the possibilities, and that was always the situation that of course helped me to being the person I am today, but also being grateful for the way and for the possibilities. And also one very special moment for me was when Werner Tyson and Jörg Hartmann back in the days gave me the possibility to be part of the first cohort of Women to Lead, for example. That was a very special situation where we, you also know the program, Silke, because you were part of it too. It's so much appreciation that you get from such programs, and it also shapes you as a leader, as a person, as an employee of Konica Minolta, and also the trust I was given by being part of diverse programs, for example, She Plus, where some of the cohorts I used to support as a stakeholder were always situations where I learned a lot, and I also saw the impact it gave to the people I was collaborating with. So it's a long journey, and when I look back, there were so many situations that I had the possibility to grow. And I think it's always about the personal mindset. Accept the challenge, and don't be afraid, because as I say, the world is turning. Doesn't matter if you take the challenge or not. So just take it, because it's always a possibility. It's always a chance. And now I try to do the same for the people I lead. And this is something, that truly, brings somehow freedom to the very wide world we are living in now.
Thank you for sharing the experiences, Sabine. And since, yes, I was also part of the Women to Lead program, maybe just as an explanation for external listeners of the podcast, this is a management program that Konica Minolta is driving together with a collaboration with a management school, and this is specifically targeted at women and their leadership process within Konica Minolta. And yes, you learn a lot, and I also think it's a really helpful tool. But I'm sure also along the way, your 13 years of career, you probably met internally a few people that mentored you through the way, that helped you along the way. So coming back to what you said in the beginning, the human interaction and the collaboration, I think also has quite a big part, probably also in your career.
Yes, absolutely. I have to say, there are so many people that shape this journey. Mentors, managers I was reporting to, and also situations with colleagues that challenged me. So the personal or the situation between people is always something that you can grow with and grow to how you handle maybe situations. I think it's a steady development that every one of us is facing, and can take this as a possibility and as a chance. So the people in the programs and also in projects maybe you dive into, this is really a great possibility Konica Minolta always gave me. And I think those situations are the best possibility to step maybe into a situation you are scared of a little in the first step. But there are opportunities, so take it. Nobody is going to maybe hand them to you directly. So just show up and be visible. And this is something I especially like to say to our female colleagues. Be visible and show up, and show everyone what you are capable of. So this is this is really something I try to give every employee, every person we onboard. You can do a difference. So take the power.
Yeah, thank you, Sabine. I think this is actually a really nice closing word for the end of the podcast already. Thank you so much for being here today and sharing a little bit of your journey and experiences at Konica Minolta.
Thank you very much, and hope everyone enjoys the podcast. And thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome.
Pleasure.
Thank you for listening to People and Passion at Konica Minolta. If this episode inspired you, feel free to share it and discover soon more stories about the people and passion shaping Konica Minolta every day.
Konica Minolta.